On the evening of Sunday, the 16th of August 1959, police were called to the scene of a multiple homicide on Fulton Street in Brooklyn Heights. Upon entering the premises, they found 4 deceased persons. The owners of the home, Herbert and Annie Fisk, and Annie's sister, Fran Samuels, and her husband, Robert. The victim's been stabbed to death in what appeared to have been a frenzied attack. There was one survivor located in an upstairs bedroom, 13-year-old Mary Samuels. The distraught adopted daughter of Fran and Robert was discovered cowering in a cupboard with a deep slash wound to her left arm. The following is the recording of Mary's police interview approximately 36 hours after the crime.
Case number 733165A. This is Detective John Abrams of Brooklyn PD. The date is Tuesday, the 18th of August, 1959. Witness interview being conducted at 9:43 a.m. in interview room 3. I am here with Mary Samuels. Ms. Samuels, do you understand why you're being interviewed today?
Yes, sir. So you can ask me questions about the man who killed my family.
That's right. Okay, we'll go through everything step by step, but for the record, could you please state your full name and date of birth?
It's Mary Elizabeth Samuels, April 25th, 1946.
Thank you, Ms. Samuels. Mary, do you mind if I call you Mary?
No, sir.
Thank you. Let's proceed with the interview. Can you tell me what happened on the night of the 16th?
Yes, sir. It was a normal evening. We were having family dinner together. Aunt Annie and Uncle Herbert had us over every Sunday night for dinner.
By us, you mean you, your mother, and your father?
Yes, sir. It's kind of a
tradition?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go on, please. What do you remember?
Well, it's just like what I told the officers when they found me. Someone broke into the house. He had a knife.
When you say broke in, Mary, what do you mean? Broke in through a window? A door? Let it be noted that the witness shook her head. You're doing well, Mary. Just remember, I need you to answer in words, okay?
Oh, sorry. No, he knocked on the door. Then, when my Uncle Herb answered, we heard a scuffle and yelling.
And could you make out what they were saying?
No, sir. My Annie went to the hallway door, and then she screamed. After that, it's all a blur.
I understand. What happened next?
Well, my Annie yelled out, "He's killing Herb!" And my pa went to help. He pushed my Aunt Annie back, and then he disappeared. We heard a groan and a bang like someone falling. We were all crying, and then we heard footsteps coming down the hallway. My mom called out to my dad, but instead of Dad or Uncle Herb, it was the man who came through the door. He was...
It's okay, Mary. Take your time. Here, have a drink of water before you go on. Can you describe the man?
Well, he was tall, but he was wearing a mask. You know, like what robbers wear.
You mean a balaclava?
Yes, sir. And he had blood all over his arms and hands. My aunt screamed at him. She was real angry, and she attacked him. My mom whispered to me and told me to run upstairs and hide. So I did.
Did you see what happened to your mom or your aunt as you ran to hide?
Only Auntie. He stabbed her right in the throat.
How long did you stay in the closet?
I don't know. It felt like hours.
Could you hear anything? Make out what was happening downstairs?
Yes, he was yelling. I can't say for sure, but I think it was at my mom. 'Cause she was the only one left alive. He was saying, "It's your own fault, bitch."
I see. How did you get the cut on your arm, Mary?
I already said. He found me. He opened the closet door and slashed me with a knife. I screamed, and he ran away.
He ran away? You mean after killing everyone else, he ran away because you screamed?
I guess so. I don't see why else.
Did you see where he went after that?
No. I stayed in the closet until everything went quiet, and then I heard the police sirens outside.
You said earlier you were having dinner when the man knocked. What time was that?
It was 7 p.m. We always eat at 7 p.m.
That's very specific, Mary. Is that why no one had touched their meal yet?
We were saying grace when he knocked.
The medical examiner's report suggests that the time of death for the victims was between 4 and 6 p.m. Are you sure you have that time right?
Yes. The report's wrong. We were at the table. You saw the dinner plates.
How did you get that burn on your fingers, Mary? It looks painful.
I was helping Auntie with the potatoes. It was nothing.
I see. Let's talk about the relationship with your family. How did you get along with your parents and your aunt and uncle?
I don't understand. Why are you asking me that?
Oh, it's nothing. Just standard procedure when we're talking to the relatives of murder victims. Were there any conflicts or arguments?
No, not really. Just the usual stuff, like chores and bedtime. Nothing serious.
The neighbors reported hearing shouting in your Annie's home around 3 p.m. That's less than an hour after you and your family arrived. Can you tell me what that was about?
No.
No?
Well, sorry. Well, I mean to say I don't remember.
Mary, I want to go back to the moment where you were hiding in the closet. You said the man found you and slashed your arm. Can you describe how that happened?
He opened the door and saw me. He had a knife in his hand. I tried to protect myself, but he slashed at me. I felt a sharp pain in my arm.
Can you show me how you tried to block the knife? Let it be noted that the witness held up both hands with palms out. Thank you, Mary. Are you right or left-handed?
Right-handed, sir.
Mary, the wound on your left arm is a straight cut across the top of your forearm. Are you sure that's how you tried to fend off the offender? Mary?
I don't know. Maybe. I want to go home.
Soon, Mary. Just a few more questions. So you say after the man slashed you with the knife, he ran off?
Yes.
Did he take the knife with him?
Yes.
Mary, we discovered that there was a fire in the fireplace yesterday. The coals were still warm when we were investigating last night. Can you tell me about that? Unusual to have a fire in August, wouldn't you say? It's been so hot.
My auntie likes it on. She says the house is too cold.
I have something I want to show you, Mary. We found this item of clothing in the neighbor's trash. It's badly burned, as you can see, but our forensic team matched bloodstains on the material with the blood of the victims in the home. Do you recognize it? Let it be noted that the witness shook her head. Mary, we also found this buried under the woodpile in your aunt and uncle's backyard. Is this the knife the killer used, Mary? Let it be noted that the witness shook her head. Mary, the knife matches the set that we found in the kitchen drawers. If there's something you need to tell me, you should tell me now.
Shouldn't you be asking if I want a lawyer?
So there is something?
You're just boring me now.
Mary Samuels, you are hereby charged with the murder of... Mary, put the knife down! Mary Samuels, you are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. If you do say anything, what you say can be used in a court of law.
Mary Samuels was charged with 4 counts of homicide. Despite being only 13 years old at the time of the killings, Mary was tried as an adult due to the heinous nature of the crimes. The state-appointed defense team argued that Mary's actions were the result of a psychotic break due to mental abuse in the family home. During the trial, it was revealed that Mary had an IQ of 133, placing her in the top 2% of the population. The prosecution argued that she had meticulously planned the murders, and on that fateful afternoon had laced the adults' drinks with a powerful sedative, leaving them unable to defend themselves when she attacked them with the kitchen knife. They also pointed out that Mary had carefully staged the crime scene to appear as though an intruder had committed the acts and presented physical evidence, including the burned clothing and the knife found in the backyard, as well as inconsistencies in Mary's account of the events. Witnesses were also called to debunk the defense argument of abuse in the home, including Mary's college-age sister who was living on campus at the time. The jury found Mary guilty on all counts. Due to her age and the complexities of the case, the judge sentenced her to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Mary was remanded to a juvenile detention center until she reached the age of 18, at which point she was transferred to a maximum security women's prison. Mary, at age 38, was granted parole in 1984. She died, without ever revealing the true motive behind the murders, just 2 years later when, some would say ironically, she was stabbed in the heart by a homeless woman who was attempting to mug her. For more creepy stories like this, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified.